Hey everyone, welcome back to the Steel Donut Collective. My name is Connor, and with me today we have the whole crew. We have Blake.
Hey everybody.
We have Bob.
This is my final intro line.
We have Matt.
Hey, I'm Matt.
And we have Yella.
Good day.
And we are starting our next long story. This is a Sonic the Hedgehog story called A Reason for Insanity.
Insert obvious joke here.
With the Sonic movie being announced and trailer released and details for that, we thought it was the perfect time to start this story. This story is insane. I can say that as the one person who's read the entire thing. I am so excited for you all to be able to experience this. And so,
Can I read the description?
yes.
Sonic the Hedgehog has been hiding something from his past. He was abused as a child at the orphanage he was in. When Shadow finds out, he's determined to help him. As Sonic is diagnosed with schizophrenia, things take a turn for the worse, and Sonic will learn what it means to be insane.
How do you hide something from your past? Your past already happened. You can't hide something
Well,
from
it's something from his past that he has been hiding.
Isn't that the entire plot of Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind?
Oh, I guess that's fair, yeah.
Yeah, well, like I said, and then Dr. Amon shows up to adopt him, and everyone's like, is he dad or demon?
I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, true daddy is Dr. Kinsobor, but
So let's get started with Chapter 1, Sonic's Past, A Reason for Insanity by Fangs of Lightning and the Chuckinator.
Yeah, this was a collaboration.
It was ghost written.
Yeah. Sonic knocked loudly on the door to Shadow's house and waited impatiently for the other to answer. A few minutes later, the door opened.
Shadow's not that quick.
I'd get impatient too.
You're too slow.
You're so slow, Shadow. What the
Shadow, what the hell, man? Faker,
Shadow said.
what is it you want?
Sonic gave him a smile.
I was wondering if you'd like to hang out for a while. Go out and do something, maybe.
Oh, yeah, let's do something.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much how every Steel Donut recording starts. I go into our little chat and I say, hey, I was wondering if you'd like to hang out for a while. Go and do something, maybe. And then we all get together. After everyone thinks about it first.
Yeah,
we
and
think about
things
it for a couple
happen.
minutes.
Yeah, they wait for a couple minutes, and then they join the chat.
Shadow thought about it. This was unexpected. He and Sonic were friends, of course, but not very close.
Weird.
Perhaps it was time to change that.
Yeah, again, every single Steel Donut recording. We're mostly co-workers, but every time we're like, maybe this is the time to become friends.
I
Yella
never
and I
feel
have
like
given up
I
on
never
that
feel
dream,
like
right?
that towards Bob. That's just
Yeah.
not happening.
I like the idea that they're friends, but the idea that he would come over and ask his friend to hang out with him is really weird to him.
It's like, what the-
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, like
What kind of
Facebook
friends
friends.
are you?
Facebook
Not
friends.
very close, apparently.
No,
he's-
what do you call him?
You've never gone over and like hung out.
Apparently not.
It's, what's the word? Enemies.
Oh,
Right. I mean, that's something like friends.
Yeah.
Sure.
Shadow said after a moment.
Where do you want to go?
He didn't say it after a few minutes. Inconsistency.
Sonic thought about it.
Very
Somewhere,
thoughtful characters we have.
Oh, they'll get so much more thoughtful.
yeah. Somewhere fun. Why don't we wander town until we find a place?
Wait,
Sonic,
is
Want to go
this
blow
far
a day
ahead.
with me?
wait, is Sonic suggesting they wander?
Yeah.
That's so out of character.
Sonic hadn't thought this far ahead. He was like,
Wandering
oh shit, actually,
around
hang on,
at
where
the
should we
speed of
go?
sound.
I wasn't expecting him to answer the door at all.
I thought he'd shut the door in my face.
I thought he wouldn't answer. It
I
did
thought
take him
he-
a couple minutes.
He didn't plan this far ahead.
I honestly
Yeah.
thought he'd just open the door and punch me in the face.
Or just shoot me.
Yeah, he
Shadow
has
used
many
guns.
guns. He has many guns.
Yeah.
Shadow
No.
and his miniguns.
Sonic was hoping he would answer the door and he would have the same face as the Chuckinator's profile picture.
Oh no!
The other hedgehog nodded.
All right,
He said with a smile.
lead the way.
That classic Shadow smile.
Yeah, look up at his
Yeah, there it is.
Let that be your reference.
Sonic nodded and let Shadow out of... Sonic nodded and let... Sonic nodded and led Shadow out into town. They looked around, wondering where to go. The two people mostly talked with each other as they walked.
Two people?
Yeah,
I mean, they're hedge people.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
We're learning a little bit about Matt. Maybe I should not become friends with him this recording.
yeah.
See, this happens every time. There's always that one thing, and then we're back to the old coworker grind.
Oh.
that relationship will never level up.
Yeah.
Sonic looked at his friend, wondering what he had done recently.
So, what have you been up to?
Tell, then show.
Yeah.
Shadow
It's a strong
shrugged.
Not much. Just been busy with gun and hanging out around the house. You? I don't see Shadow. You know what? I'm gonna say it. I don't see Shadow as the kind of person who just hangs around his house.
Yeah, when he doesn't have when he's not on assignment, it's just like open up a brewski and just just like hang out, watch football.
And I gotta say, so gun is an acronym, right?
Yeah.
So we have no period.
I forget what it
Yeah,
stands
he's
for.
just busy with a gun. Just a gun.
So it's like
one of his
Pav.
many guns.
It's like Pav, just been busy with gun and hanging out.
Yeah.
Oh, right. It stands for Guardian Units of Nations.
Yeah.
Wait,
Well, it would
really?
if it had periods, but instead he's just busy with gun. He just shouts.
I mean, that's very in character.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
Not much here either.
The other
conversation. I'm glad you guys had this talk. I really needed to hear it.
The other hedgehog nodded. They walked around for a few hours before sitting in a restaurant to get something to eat.
Few hours.
God.
A few
Again,
hours.
What is time?
They wandered until they found the place.
I guess Shadow really had nothing going on that day.
Yeah.
Like
Just
I said,
nothing at
Sonic
all.
shows up and he's like, "Hey, let's blow a whole day walking around."
Like I don't mind hanging out with friends, even sort of impromptu, but like a few hours of walking around is kind of a lot to ask for most people. Sonic watched Shadow as they ate, observing the way the other hedgehog did someone who seemed antisocial. Shadow seemed pretty civilized.
That's
yeah.
I didn't misread that.
No.
Yeah, did it? Yeah.
no,
No.
he just
But he-
miswrote that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he did miswrite it though.
You didn't misread. He just miswrote.
Yeah.
The way he was eating seemed like he was raised in royalty, because he had polite manners.
Yeah.
Manners. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's why when
The rest of us are fucking slobs.
You watch any
fucking
of our
animals,
vacation
man.
vlogs? Whenever we're eating, we're just like, just
Yeah.
cramming
Just-
it in our
just-
fucking faces.
Just slam it.
in our mouth holes.
Slam it in your throat, man.
Yeah.
Slam it just down. Don't chew.
Yeah.
Out over the lips.
Don't even swallow. Don't
through
make
the
a
lips,
swallowing
over the
motion.
Just-
Push
tongue,
it.
just-
Push it
just
down your
comes.
throat without ever working those
Just
throat muscles.
shove it straight into your stomach.
Well, I was
Yeah.
gonna say I don't even like put it in my mouth. It just goes straight in my stomach.
Yeah, I, when I start a meal, I put my napkin in my lap, and then I cram my food tube down into my stomach, and then I just start
Yeah,
sucking
and
it
then
all.
when we eat out together, it's kind of like one of those, beer bong octopuses that they bust out at like the frat houses, where it's just a big feed tube, and it like spits out in the pod, and then we shove it in our mouths, and they pour the fucking food down. We go,
It's like that Tim and Eric awesome skit.
exactly.
Sonic nodded in satisfaction. He was mostly the same as well.
He is also
Yeah.
I agree with your polite eating.
I was also
I am satisfied with your polite eating.
I was also raised in royalty. I mean, Sonic Underground. So yes.
Prince Sonic.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Well, yeah. So, how do you usually spend your free time?
You waited hours to ask this.
Some
He
fucking
polishes it.
friend you are.
So did they
mean-
not talk at all for hours, and then
They
now
didn't
suddenly
talk
they're
at
having a
all for their
conversation?
entire friendship.
Yeah, also,
Apparently not.
Like I said,
They've
like I
never
said,
spoken.
dude, Facebook friends. There's people I'm friends with on Facebook who I don't even know. I don't even use
guess.
Facebook. That's how distant this is.
Yeah.
Sonic asked. Shadow shrugged.
I don't do much.
Say,
Sad. He said curtly. Sonic nodded with a small inward sigh. He'd been hoping
Donut
Shadow
with a small inward sigh.
Yeah.
He'd
One
been
small
hoping
sigh.
Shadow would have more to say than that.
I mean,
He returned his focus to the remainder of his food.
Back to eating in silence like we've been doing all day.
this is so fucking awkward.
It's about to get even more awkward.
Yeah, I see that. Oh boy. Also, I just really quickly want to say, I just imagine when Shadow says he doesn't do much, he means he literally, like, outside of his assignments, he just sits perfectly still on his sofa until his next assignment.
Unblinking, unmoving.
Well, it's like the
Exactly.
Punisher. You know, the Punisher, when he's not out killing people, he sits, like, naked in an easy chair in the sewer.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Shadow's like. So Shadow's always naked, so it's even easier.
Yeah, that's true.
Just goes home, sets his gun down, sits there.
So, what's your past like?
Weird.
Totally normal
Shadow, what the
sentence.
fuck,
Yeah,
man?
Shadow comes
Yeah.
back with a return. How's your sex life?
A
So,
completely
how is your
normal
sex life?
request of a friend.
Actually, no, it's more like, so how's your life?
So I was
So,
wondering. I mean, he's just doing. So I was wondering how you got here.
Yeah.
Yella, what's your past like?
Oh boy, there's a can of
Hey,
worms.
that's pretty incisive. I don't think you should be asking that in a workplace environment.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
right.
man.
That's what friends
That's
ask each other.
I mean, I feel like I gotta contact HR now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot. That's what friends ask each other. You know, they come, they walk around for a few hours in silence. They sit down and eat, and then one of them asks the other friend what their past is like.
Shadow asked, setting his fork down.
Not much to talk about.
Sonic said.
It's mostly full of fighting Eggman.
Shadow nodded, but he could tell Sonic wasn't telling him everything.
Man, people do a lot of nodding in this.
They also
People
do a lot
do
of the
thinking.
following. Sonic hesitated. He wasn't sure how Shadow would react if he found out he spent most of his childhood in an orphanage being physically and emotionally abused.
He'd probably be shocked.
Okay.
Way to just drop that on us,
Yeah.
the readers. Thank you.
Maybe you should drop that on Shadow.
What? Guys,
Sighing.
you ever heard of this thing called build-up? Does anyone know how that works or what that
No,
is?
this is the build-up.
Yeah.
Sighing, he decided to tell him.
I spent most of my childhood in an orphanage where they abused me, both physically and emotionally.
See?
Thanks for telling me. Bye.
Yeah,
That's
interesting.
tell then tell.
Yeah. Thank you for driving the conversation in such a important direction, Shadow.
Shadow just all of a sudden just unmoving, unblinking. It's like, what?
I thought Shadow just like Sonic looks up like after saying that and Shadow's just gone.
Yeah, Shadow just
Shadow's not partaking in this
he was like,
conversation.
welp, there's a can of worms I didn't want to open.
Yeah.
Shadow's eyes widened.
You were abused? Are you still?
It
By
started when I
who?
was 4.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you
Again,
still?
It's like I've said before, and I'll say it again. Child abuse, cornerstone of our channel. The one thing we always can return to. It's how we start. It's how we end.
Okay, wait, hold on. Are you still?
Yeah, I'm still in an orphanage and I'm still being
Yeah.
abused, even though
You
I'm
know
like
where
36.
he lives.
Yeah, I have to go
Or
back to
does
the
he?
orphanage every
mean,
weekend
Bob.
so they can keep abusing me.
I have my, every weekend I have my abusement appointment.
Well,
I have to
what
go
it
back
is
to the
is
orphanage and get abused again.
what it is that they've developed in order to cut down on homelessness. They have essentially adult orphanages now, where they just put you if you got nowhere to go and no one to take care of you. So he's graduated from the child orphanage to like the adult orphanage, and he's still abused.
Right.
Damn.
We just moved to the other corridor.
Also,
Yeah.
I mean, Bob, you asked, don't you know where he lives? I mean, apparently not.
And also, I'm taking bets.
Spoiler
on
alert,
that,
he does.
I'm taking bets that this orphanage was in Station Square.
Well, yeah.
I mean, everything is Station Square. That's not a bet, Blake.
Yeah. Well,
Come
it's a 1-to-1 bet.
That's
I just get my money back.
That's not a bet. It's a steel donut guarantee.
Yeah, this is 100% risk free.
This story takes
It
place in
actually
Station
is.
Square, guaranteed.
Yeah. Sonic hesitated
Again.
and looked
Again?
away, tears in his eyes.
Jesus.
He pulled of his gloves, and Shadow saw that there were knife cuts on Sonic's arms.
What the fuck?
Shadow
Okay,
gasped
then.
in horror.
Okay, so wait. On his arms, he took off his glove. They don't reach that far. Whatever. Sonic, Are you cutting yourself?
No, I just recently started a rose garden.
No, I just
Sonic-
recently adopted a cat.
Sonic nodded, ashamed.
Hey, remember
He
when
stood
we were
up
walking
and
around and not doing anything?
he
Like
stood up and
minutes
ran
ago?
out of the restaurant. Shadow sighed and ran after it. Following Sonic wasn't a problem, but catching up to him when he had a head start was.
Sonic,
He yelled.
wait a moment.
The blue hedgehog stopped and looked at Shadow.
What the hell do you want?
He asked, tears in his eyes. Shadow was shocked by the sudden change in personality.
As in his entire personality. Like, the
As
character
in
is now a different character.
It's in this
I don't-
entire story.
Well, yeah, he kind of is. Sonic went from the cool dude who runs fast to the dude who was emotionally and physically abused and cuts himself.
Yeah, but
hold
I
on.
mean, he still beats Eggman.
I mean,
True.
this is
Yeah.
from the outsider's perspective. Obviously, there's a huge change in personality. But like, let's step into the story for a minute. Whoa, we're in the story, and
I
now,
want out. I want out.
and now, why is Shadow shocked by this? Like, he's
Such
like,
a
what's your
powerful
past
transition.
like? Sonic is like, I'm gonna just spill the beans on this very dark and tragic backstory I have, and Shadow's instantly like, why aren't you better about that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair,
You should
Sonic
feel
is
fine.
apparently.
It's not happening now.
I mean, to be fair, Sonic's apparently just gone his whole life like without telling anyone or letting on that this happened at all.
Hang on,
He
well,
hates it
yeah.
and such. So
one paragraph away from eating dinner and saying nothing.
Yeah.
One single paragraph. Amazing, boys.
That is pretty amazing.
How did we go from doldrums to this in the span of one paragraph?
You want me to
Oh, the
read it back to you
Chuckinator
again?
is so good at this.
We went very fast.
That's all I have to say.
I know. I feel like I'm in Sonic's shoes. We're going so fast.
Gotta go.
How is
fast.
there still so much more of this left?
We'll see.
well, I mean, this is just the setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
just the setup.
This is merely the setup too.
no. The story concludes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
shit.
is merely the setup. The rest of the story
Exists.
will kill us.
Is the slam dunk, alley oop slam dunk.
Yeah.
We're gonna get dunked so hard. I want to help you.
Why?
Sonic asked.
Can't you see that it's no use? I'm still feeling the effects of my childhood. Wounds. Emotional wounds. They never go away. You don't know what it was like.
Holy shit.
Okay. Hold on, just give me a moment to process that. Okay, then.
Yeah.
You know, I really I just gotta interrupt here to say that like that's a classic, cliche, that line dialogue. It's just like, you don't know what it's like, but
Yeah.
I do, but you don't. And I've always fucking hated that because you know what? I've never felt the compulsion to say that, even in like the shittiest times of my life. When someone wanted to say something helpful, I never wanted to say, you don't know what it's like.
Like, you don't know what it's like for me to read this story, okay?
Exactly. Like, people don't actually do that. It's one of the
I'm
most
doing it
annoying,
right now. You don't know
like,
what it's
fucking
like, Blake,
cliches.
to have to read A Reason for Insanity. You don't know my pain, Blake.
Blake, maybe you should read it and know his
Yeah, maybe you
pain.
should read this story, Blake, and then you'll understand the pain I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have
Well, in
some.
that case, Yella.
Get some sensitivity training, because Matt, you need to be sensitive about this shit.
Yeah.
I don't, but there has to be something I can do. Let me try at least.
Blunt.
Shadow hesitated,
God damn.
thinking.
I can be here for you. Try to make it a little better.
Sonic hesitated.
God damn it! Stop!
It will
You
never
know-
stop, I don't think.
Actually, the one person who loved me dying in a horrible space station explosion actually isn't as bad as any of your problems.
Actually,
A
hang on.
horrible space station square.
I take that
My
back.
whole-
Don't stop, because stopping is what you guys keep doing. Sonic and Shadow, do. Please, go. Stop hesitating.
I might have gotten Shadow's backstory wrong. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
technically,
pretty
Maria
accurate.
was shot by a bunch of soldiers.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well,
Accurate enough.
It was a hilarious goof.
I thought I had the dark backstory, but in a sudden twist, you've got the even darker backstory. This is crazy.
Hilarious goof of Maria dying.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck her. Finally, he shook his head and ran back to his house. Once he got there, he saw Amy. She was furious.
Oh, okay. Yeah, A leads to B.
Okay.
Amy, what do you want?
Where were you for our date?
She asked. Sonic
Classic Amy.
groaned.
It's a classic.
Oh, Amy, we never agreed to,
This is classic Amy.
Yeah.
Amy grabbed Sonic, then threw him into the house and into the basement, closing the door and locking it. Sonic's eyes widened as he looked around. He was extremely claustrophobic.
What the
He
fuck?
screamed and pounded on the door, trying to find a way out before sobbing. He hesitated,
classic.
and his eyes widened as he had a flashback before moving into the corner of the room, muttering under his breath.
Classic Amy.
So it's like that scene in like the Sixth Sense where he gets stuck in the closet. That's what you got a picture. Except it's Sonic.
I mean,
Sonic should be able to break out. He should be able to break right through the door.
You know what? This is what I remember Amy to be like.
Yeah.
Shit!
I just love that they're doing the classic fanfiction thing where it's like, let me stack as much angst on my character as possible. But no, I'm going somewhere with this. The Drax 99 thing, where he's just like, I have like every possible mental condition I know that exists, and so it's like trying to do that here, but like Sonic being claustrophobic is just the goofiest thing to me because like it's a major part of his thing that he goes into like pipes and shit.
Yeah, and he goes and he rolls up in a ball.
Of all the things to give him, it's like the least Sonic thing.
Also, like, I don't want to criticize, but I feel like we're escalating pretty quickly here. Like,
Yeah, she just like fucking she grabbed his head and like a big basketball hook shot, just chucked him into the basement.
bounced him
Matt.
twice and tossed him in.
Listen, Matt. Like we said before, gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast. Yeah,
Gotta go fast.
I feel like I really am Sonic the Hedgehog speeding through this escalation. Like, can I breathe for a second?
By the end of this first chapter, Sonic's gonna be literally fucking dead.
Oxygen is for weaklings.
You're gonna wish he was dead.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so there's not a paragraph break between that last part, and this next part, but there should be, because without the paragraph break as it's written now, it sounds like this all happens all basically like one right after the other, but there's supposed to be a time skip here. Shadow opened the door and hesitantly walked inside. This was the last place to look in Sonic's house. He hadn't found the other anywhere else.
The other?
The other.
Hedgehog.
The fact that it had been locked was more than a little strange as well.
Sonic, are you down here?
I only just now thought about saying Sonic's name out loud, I guess.
Sonic, where are you? Where's the damn Sonic Emerald?
He put his ear to the door and heard whimpering. Gasping in shock, he started to kick at the door, hoping it would open.
How strong is this?
Didn't Amy lock it from her side?
Also, Sonic
side
can beat up
you're
Eggman,
on?
but he can't spin dash through a fucking door.
Hey,
Also,
remember when
Shadow-
the Hedgehog can do like a little spin dash and destroy robots, but now a wooden door is his number one weakness?
A wooden
I
door
mean,
with,
he's
again,
kicking
I
it.
think Connor's point bears repeating. The lock is on his side.
Did Amy fucking padlock it and take the key? What is this?
Yeah, that's a very
one of
good
those
point.
But even then, he should be able to
houses.
break it down. Like this is like fucking Magneto's weakness. It's like a wooden door.
No.
I can't magnetize this.
I've been beaten by a wooden door.
A few
Just
minutes
kicking at the door.
A few minutes later, he forced the door open and ran downstairs, gasping at Sonic's appearance. The blue hedgehog had blood covering him and was muttering something, weaving back and... Wait, what? Weaving back, and Shadow put a hand to him, but the hedgehog flinched away.
And then
How did this happen?
He's about to explain.
Through events.
That's putting it lightly.
Sonic,
He said.
what happened?
what happened?
What happened, my boy?
Okay, lady.
What happened?
The blue hedgehog looked at him. Shadow frowned as he saw that Sonic had been trying to escape.
It's somehow
well.
failing.
Yeah.
You should have
Hasn't
just
been
sat
trying
there.
very hard.
Amy.
Amy did this to you?
Ben.
Why the hell did she do that?
No. I did this to myself trying to get out.
We haven't
When
seen
I
it go-
came
What the fuck? How did she try to get out?
when I came here, she was waiting and accused me of missing a date, which I never agreed to. Then threw me in her and locked the door.
Oh my god, it's
That
more!
one direction.
No!
No.
I'm claustrophobic.
So let me get this straight. He thought the best way to get out of here was to start cutting himself?
I don't know what he was doing.
He hasn't cut himself yet.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think he was just bashing into the door.
Oh, I thought he
so
was
hard that he
cutting.
got
I thought that's
bleeding.
why he was bleeding. So he bashed into the door so hard he's bleeding now?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
but
What is
somehow
this
he
door
did
made out of?
Can I just
mahogany.
say... No, it's a good wood.
Yeah.
You know what it is? It's such a nice door that he really, every time he goes to break it, he's like, you know what? I wouldn't be able to get a replacement.
I just don't have the heart, you know.
It's such a good door.
Can I say real
Fine
quick?
craftsmanship.
I love that while he's in shock, he's covered in blood. I love that he still has to clarify, like, accuse me of missing a date, which I never agreed to. Like, good clarification.
And he's like, I'm claustrophobic, and it's like, and you're in here still, but now you're all calm. Maybe you should wait until we're out of here to calm down.
Also, the door is open. Let's go through it.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden the door slams, and it's like, curses, foiled again.
Oh, no, not a door.
Damn.
He shuddered again, still rocking back and forth. Shadow could tell he was... Wait, Shadow, brilliant mind. Shadow could tell he was traumatized.
What a smart boy.
Shadow growled a little at the story.
I mean, I'm growling at the story right
Still
now.
Donna growled a little at the story.
Yeah.
Stories are...
What? Did you become a pirate?
Growling.
He's growling like a pirate.
Yeah.
I hate stories.
The story is rated R.
This story be bad, mateys.
Arr, you scared me, dog.
He couldn't believe Amy would do such a thing to Sonic. So
Can't
much
do that.
for loving him.
I can't
Wow.
believe she'd do
Oh,
that either.
got him.
That sounds very out of character.
It is very unbelievable.
Yeah.
I do
The
not
story.
believe it.
I can't
Yeah.
believe this whole story so far.
Shadow
Yeah.
put a hand out toward Sonic.
Come here, Sonic. I'll help you.
Sonic backed away, holding his hands out to protect him.
No. Keep away. Don't hit.
What?
Yeah.
Shadow frowned. The incident must have brought some memories of the abuse he went through as a child.
Actually,
Gee,
all
you
it did was
think?
bring back. Actually, all it did was bring back memories of that time he lost that killer blackjack round in Vegas.
Don't hit.
Yeah, and then he hit, and it's like bust, and it was like fuck.
Fuck. It's 22 as well. Fuck.
So close.
So close.
It took me a second to get that.
I'm not going to hit you.
Shadow gently took his hands, keeping his grip loose in case Sonic tried to pull away. Sonic hesitated.
Fuck!
Gee, you
Then
think?
he noticed the open door and ran towards it.
Finally.
As soon as he got out, he fell on the couch and began to cry. Shadow followed him, feeling pity for the
Shadow
other
didn't
person.
hesitate first?
Yeah,
Man,
yeah,
this story's
it's
inconsistent.
it's like the Chuckinator's a sociopath, and Fangs of Lightning isn't, and so he has to explain to him. It's like, generally when someone is upset, you would
You feel
pity
bad
for
for them.
them. And it's
Bad
like,
in what way?
okay.
Why would I be? Why would I feel bad? No, you feel pity. Oh,
Yeah, and then the Chuckinator is just like, could you leave?
Shadow,
sounds like
feel-
the
you feel
Chugginator's
pity
starting
for
to
the
sound a
other
little bit like
person.
my brother.
Nice.
Weird.
I'll stay here with you.
He said.
For a while, at least.
And then I gotta go. It's getting late, so
I-
have fun with that, I guess.
I still gotta eat dinner.
I've got D&D later. I'm sorry. I gotta go.
I've got shit I've got to do, son.
Dungeons and damn dragons.
Wow.
D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah. Triple D.
Unsure of whether or not Sonic would like it, but sure he needed it. Shadow gently rubbed his back.
His own back. He rubbed his own back.
I
that feels
needed
good.
this.
I don't know if Sonic will like that I'm doing this, but I really
But I really
this.
need this.
Like,
Holy
I
shit.
really need to rub my own back. Let me tell
Yeah,
you.
it's not the back rub we want, but the one that we need.
Thanks, Dark Knight.
Shadow is, he's
I mean, that he is the Dark Knight of the Sonic
Actually,
universe.
it's Sonic and the Black Knight.
Oh my
Shadow.
god. He's Lancelot, fun fact. I don't like seeing you like this.
I don't think anyone does.
I
had to.
Thanks.
So
Please stay. Help me.
Shadow nodded.
That's what I intend to do.
He smiled and sighed, intending to give Sonic all the care he needed.
I wonder what his intentions are.
I like how this story escalated in the span of one paragraph, and then it just kept going.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just
And we're
boom.
gonna, and it's gonna keep going because we're going through chapter 2.
This story
Yeah.
is rolling around at the speed of sound. Got
Are-
dramas to go through.
Yeah.
Bad,
God
awful,
damn it.
dumb.
Man,
hate it.
I think a better way to put it is you can't stop a rolling stone.
Yeah.
Can't stop a
Yeah.
rolling hedgehog.
I was about to say that.
This is but this is going to keep escalating. It's going to keep being crazy as we go to chapter 2, a drunken mistake.
Yeah,
Oh,
this one's a little different because it's just describing the writing process for the
Yeah.
story.
A few hours passed and he woke up. Sonic wasn't there, but he could hear. Sonic wasn't there, but he could hear screams of pain coming from the blue hedgehog's room.
Oh shit.
Fearing the worst, he ran upstairs and saw that Sonic had deep cuts on his arms.
Fuck!
Sonic saw him and dropped the knife as Shadow advanced on him.
What
Oh,
the
it sounds like Shadow's gonna kick his ass.
Oh no.
Oh, well, he's gonna give him a verbal lashing.
Yeah.
A ton of
Why?
lashing.
Why the fuck are you doing this?
Said us to the
Shadow
Chuckinator.
Shadow yelled angrily.
Said
What
the
makes-
Steel Donut to the author.
Yeah.
What makes you wanna?
He motioned to Sonic's arms with the blood gushing out.
What
I don't know, let me
weird?
just do a little motion.
Wanna,
Just a little jazz hands in that direction.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
blood is just going like
Whoa.
Streams of blood shooting out
coming
like
out.
just
tears.
geysering into the
Yeah.
air.
Oh no.
Sonic flinched and moved away from Shadow, expecting the other hedgehog to hit him. He was shaking and not doing a thing to cover the gashes on his arms.
Keep pressure on it, you idiot.
Nah, man. He's trying to,
I mean,
trying to
he's
get out of
cutting
the story
himself.
right now.
I mean, yeah, I know.
I
Yeah.
am too, actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
Stupid faker.
And he just starts beating Sonic.
Just kick Sonic in the face.
I'm not gonna hit you. Verbal abuse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Shadow knows that what he really needs is just a little tough love.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what
no.
that's what he needs, right?
That's what.
Love
That's
for
what.
my fists.
That's
mean,
what
it's
someone
like-
suffering childhood
It's like,
trauma
look, you
needs.
can put out a fire with water, or you can start another fire, and the fires smoke each other out. So
Well,
you
you
can
see-
abuse
well, you
him
see-
into being unabused.
Well, you see, the controlled fire is going to take away oxygen from the uncontrolled fire.
Yeah, there we go.
Exactly.
I guess two wrongs did make a right.
Yeah.
Shadow said. He walked towards Sonic and looked at the cuts on his arms, then back to Sonic.
Then back to the
then
arms.
his arms.
Back to the
Yeah, and then back to your
I guess the arms and Sonic are separated.
The blood is now diamonds.
I guess he looked at Sonic's arms, who were not a part of him, and then looked back at Sonic.
Well, yeah, he was looking at his own arms,
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Shadow has cuts too. We don't talk about them.
but that's just because he's cool and edgy.
Oh my god.
Well,
They're
that,
battle
again, that was
scars.
just gardening accident.
Yeah,
Classic.
gardening accidents.
Classic mistake.
Classic Shadow thing. Gardening.
He went downstairs and a few minutes later came back up with the first aid kit, cleaning the
He had
wounds.
trouble finding it, apparently.
A few minutes, goddamn.
Where do you keep your first aid kit? Why is it not under the sink?
I mean,
Why would it be there? I don't know.
yeah, I was about to say, if you looked under the sink, you wouldn't find mine.
Yeah.
Sonic watched him as he worked. He didn't do anything to help Shadow, but he didn't do anything to get away from him either. After the wounds were clean, Shadow looked at Sonic, still frowning.
You're going to do permanent damage to your nerves soon if you're not careful.
He
This story's
said,
doing permanent damage to my nerves.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
story's really getting on mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm here to help, Sonic. You're my friend. Now tell me, why are you doing this?
Stupid baker.
What?
Why are you doing this, you dumb fake hedgehog?
What the fuck? Why would you ask him that?
You non-legitimate hedgehog.
Also, Shadow, he literally told you about his childhood yesterday.
And he
Or
did
today,
also
actually.
tell you that he cut
Yeah,
Or
his
maybe
earlier.
yesterday. Earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, he
Earlier
needs
in
the
the day.
raw detail.
After
He
y'all
needs-
walked around for literal hours and did nothing, and then this all just started out of nowhere.
Yeah.
and I guess Shadow just never noticed any of the signs.
Yeah.
I mean, neither did Sonic's better friends.
In our,
Neither
in
did
his defense,
anyone
we
when
didn't
Sonic was
either.
saving the world.
Well, we don't know that his friends didn't notice. We just know they didn't do anything about it.
That might make it even worse. Oh my
oh,
god.
yeah, it would, for sure.
Well, I mean, it
I
seems like
guess we'll
Shadow doesn't
find
know.
out.
Shadow's the first one to go like, hey, maybe we should, help?
Shadow's also such a good friend that he apparently stretched out on the couch and fell asleep.
Don't
Wow.
worry, I'm here for you.
You know. Yeah.
You see, the problem is that not enough people realize you have to have proper rest to be able to help you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you got to look
can't just
after
be up
yourself
for-
before you can look after others.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm just a hog who loves to snooze.
Tails, where are the 3 cheese pizzas?
Sonic looked up at Shadow.
I don't know. I just feel like I should.
Shadow sighed.
Shut up. Stop
You-
it.
You need help.
Stop sighing, all of you.
Sweet fucking Jesus.
Almighty.
This motherfucker.
Jeez.
I'll be here for you. How about we forget this and go see what Tails is up to?
Oh my
Gee,
god!
it sure is boring around here.
how
I
about-
wonder what Tails.
How about you forget your traumatizing childhood when we go visit Tails? He's your friend, right?
I don't know. Everyone kind of forgot about it way before this started happening. Maybe that is a
My
legitimate
boy.
thing.
Apparently.
It just now
My
showed
hog.
up out of nowhere.
Hooray.
It's like less than 50 words away from you're going to do permanent damage to your nerves.
Anyway,
Maybe if-
moving on.
Maybe if we get you back to your normal daily routine, you'll just not do this.
You'll
just run around,
stop.
collect rings, my dude. Rings.
Self-harm? That can be
Bounce
solved
pad.
by ignoring it.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I'm going to call up Eggman, ask him to come attack the world early,
you gotta- Hey,
distract
Eggman.
you.
Shadow, why are you asking? Are you?
Hey, Eggman, about
We're
that
not
new theme
friends
park
anymore.
you're
Why
making.
are you asking me to hold New York
is there, like,
hostage?
a-
Listen,
Look,
listen. I
Sonic's
just
going
want you
through
to
a real
make a new...
rough patch right now, and we really need to kind of get him back on the whole thing.
Listen, can you make a theme park with actually fun rides so we can give Sonic some fun rides to enjoy? For
I don't
once,
know how to
instead
do
of
that.
all
I
the
only know how to
death
make death traps.
Well, okay,
Well,
so
I mean, that sounds fun.
think
That's
about
good.
it.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, I mean that'll work. That'll work.
Do you still have the number to that human princess? I think we need like a love interest.
Oh my
for,
God, no.
Sonic to,
Oh
Yuck.
no!
Here,
Oh no!
That's the OVA for this story.
Oh my God! Oh no!
I don't like it.
Yeah,
Sonic
okay.
06.
I hate it.
I hate it so much.
Yeah.
Sonic 06 was a mistake.
The blue hedgehog smiled and nodded.
All right.
Shadow smiled and they left the house.
All better now.
Hey.
Going to Tails' house is it's an emotional band-aid.
Hey, does
Yeah.
anyone want to go eat at Subway?
Yeah, well,
Hell
there we go.
yeah!
Minutes later, they came to Tails' house. The fox opened the door.
Shadow, Sonic,
He said,
it's nice to see you. I'm working on an invention. I was wondering if one of you could test it.
Okay.
What does it do?
Good question.
Sonic asked as they walked inside.
Oh no.
It's a gender-changing machine.
What?
Of course it is.
Of course it
Of course
is.
it is.
Hi everyone, I'm Tails, and I'm just gonna drop a big bomb here. I made a gender-changing machine.
We're a chapter and a
Cool.
half into this 28 chapter long
Yeah, I'll
story.
roll with it.
I mean,
Sure.
sure.
Okay.
It's not more or less crazy than anything else.
And you know what? Maybe Tails is just trying to do a good thing. You know, like people who are transgender in this world now can go into this machine and completely change.
Happy Pride Month, everybody.
No
yeah,
surgery or
immediately.
anything, yeah.
It's way
Yeah.
too late. It's not going to be Pride Month by the time people see this.
I know, but it still is right now.
You know,
And
it's
I don't mean that in any offensive way. You know, like Tails could legitimately make a gender-changing machine that could help you.
It's a little
Yeah,
weird.
I mean,
But it's
yeah.
not going to
Test
in the
it out
story.
on them though.
It's a
Yeah,
little
well, that's
weird that
weird.
he's going to test it
Yeah.
on one of
And
his
I-
friends.
And
Yeah.
it's also not going to be very helpful.
it's raining cats and dogs.
And hogs.
Sonic's cutting himself. Shadow probably has like 3 eyes. Fine. Okay, I'm cool with it.
Gender changing, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
can you guys
yeah.
can I drop out of the
Whatever.
story and you can just replace all of my future dialogue with okay.
No,
I feel
No.
like that's the direction we're going here.
Matt, you will suffer with us.
Tails said.
If you're male, you can become female.
Okay.
And if you're a female,
how it works.
go somewhere else.
Tough
Yeah.
luck, I
Yeah.
guess.
Tough fucking luck. Bye.
Shadow's eyes wide. That was something he'd like to try out.
Okay, sure. Again, this story.
Now,
I'm
now
gonna
we
add
know
another
these
little
two
piece.
are not that close of friends. They apparently share no secrets at all because Sonic kept his entire past to himself. Shadow kept the fact that he's transgender to himself.
Well,
that's amazing.
I mean, if you went into someone's house and they had a gender changing machine, and you found out it was like a back and forth switch, unlike this one, I think most people might be tempted into trying it out.
I mean,
just for a few
sure.
minutes.
I guess that's fair. All right.
Probably
Yeah,
for
I
a
would,
bit.
I would be into it for a few minutes.
Yeah, I mean,
Sure.
I'd like to know what it's like, but we're about to find out that this isn't quite what this machine is like.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll try it out.
He said as he stepped forward.
Also
Tails
tell them
smiled.
It will be permanent.
Why did you make a
Why?
permanent gender changing machine?
I mean,
And
like,
I'd like to test it on you.
I mean, as said,
What
listen,
if you test my
Matt,
permanent
calm.
gender changing
Matt,
machine for me?
Matt, Matt,
No.
Matt, listen, Matt, listen. I mean, he did say if you're male, you can become female. He never said anything about going back.
I
Yeah.
guess that's fair, but I
Why
still
did
question
you-
why.
It's a gender. It's specifically a male to female gender
hang
changing
on.
machine.
Let me also say real quick, he's testing it.
Yeah.
He's
So what
Doesn't know if it
happens?
works.
What happens if it doesn't work?
Yeah.
Well, then he
He's
needs
gonna
to.
get, like-
Then he needs to fix the bugs that are in the machine.
I mean, what if it doesn't work and does something else?
well,
Yeah,
then
like,
he
what
needs to
happens if,
fix
like,
the
a-
machine.
What if
Yeah.
Shadow
So why
becomes a
is he
dick
throwing
girl?
his best friends in it?
Yeah.
Listen,
I mean,
he
what if-
barely knows Shadow.
Yeah.
What if like a fly flies in there and he turns
Yeah.
into like both the fly and now he's a woman?
Oh,
I mean, it's not
no.
a fusion
This way.
machine.
Femfly.
Fem
Shadow.
Maybe Tails' entire characterization just changed. Maybe he's actually a mad scientist in
Yeah.
pursuit of knowledge, willing to break all ethical boundaries.
What do you mean?
So-
Like, what if he's suddenly that? Like, it sounds exactly like what he is. Like,
Yeah,
Well,
I know
I mean,
that
it
compared
also
to the
sounds like-
games.
considering he wants to test his permanent gender changing machine on his friends, it sounds like he wants to turn his friends into his harem.
I mean,
Whoa.
Whoa.
well, hold on.
Let me think about this.
Yeah, let me think about that.
I mean, I would need
Sure.
to get some friends first, but
you can't really test it on your coworkers.
Yeah, that's
HR
not
wouldn't like
okay. Exactly. Matt would know. He's HR.
I'm HR.
yeah. He said,
Are you okay with that?
Shadow hesitated,
I would too.
thinking about it.
This one is fair.
Yeah,
But-
this one's applicable.
Then he
Give me a
nodded.
second. Give me a second.
Yeah. Then he nodded.
I'm fine with that.
All right.
Yep.
How many sentences
He
away
went
from cutting yourselves were we?
I mean, he friend.
as I say, I'm letting off
Let
the
me
gas.
check,
I'm
yeah.
stepping on the clutch. I'm popping it in the third.
I just want to say
Boom,
real quick.
back on the gas.
I want to say real quick that I really like that Shadow went from he'd like to try that out to sure he'll be a woman now
Yeah,
for
I'll
the
try
rest of
that
his
out.
life.
I'll try out your permanent device.
Yeah.
Shadow, you'll be a woman soon.
I agree with Blake that every time this story isn't accelerating rapidly, it's just pressing on the clutch to move to the next gear.
Well, no, I mean, it's like you're going along, you're at first, you're just going slow, and then boom in the second, and then here, it's a gender changing machine. You can become permanently female. Skirt, boom.
Wow,
Yeah.
are we in fourth gear? How many gears are in this story?
Many.
Can I
Too
just,
many.
You asked how many sentences. Maybe I miscounted, but I'm pretty sure there was 30 sentences between "you're going to do permanent damage to your nerves soon if you're not careful" and "I'm fine with that."
Good. Good.
It's not
yes.
a lot.
Yep.
Oh boy, here's a paragraph. Just read it at once.
Yeah, read the whole thing.
Yeah.
He went into the machine and sighed. Tails smiled and turned it on as a bright glow engulfed Shadow. He grunted in pain as he felt himself change into a female. Shadow looked down at his chest as it grew out. The sight was strangely fascinating. The white fur covering them also grew, moving to cover more of the developed breasts. Eyelashes grew longer as his face became more feminine. His hips
that
also
means.
grew larger, causing more pain than his upper half had due to the bones having to crack and grow larger.
They had to break, and to break his fucking
More
bones.
pain shot through his lower half as the most obvious changes happened.
Wink.
Wink wonk.
Most of the pain was centered between his thighs, some of it moving upward into his abdomen. A bit of blood trickled down his thighs.
Jesus!
Sweat was clearly seen on her face when the machine opened.
It just chops your dick right off, I guess.
She looked at herself
Sucks it
and
up in.
gasped.
Oh my god. Okay, I need to fix this
Yellow?
voice now, I guess.
Fem
Also-
Shadow, please.
Oh no.
Also, please tell me that. Fuck. Fucking. Oh.
Okay. Hold on. I need. Oh, this is tough. Oh shit. Oh, I should have thought
this is
about
what you
this.
really signed up for.
Just
I
take
should
your
have
shadow voice
expected
and make
this.
it shittier.
I mean. Okay, so first I go from Shadow, from "This is amazing" to "This is amazing."
That's pretty much what you did.
Well, there
That
you go.
was
I
amazing.
did it. I did
It
it.
really was. That was amazing. She said, looking at Tails.
Thanks. Oh fuck! It's so tough to do.
A perfect transformation.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Tails smiled and nodded, watching the two leave.
Bye. Bye.
Hey, you brought Sonic over here to cheer him up.
Yeah.
You got your gender change and now you're fucking going.
Peace.
Fuck you,
Thanks,
Sonic.
Tails. Time
I
to
got what I wanted. Bye.
Now, this is what we call in fan. This is the standard fan fiction house call. Remember, way back in the day, me and my friends upon us. Your visit has to be about a couple minutes, and some crazy shit must happen. Go to visit somebody. You have to get like body slammed to a. You have to like fucking smash a table over their head, get tossed out a window.
Yeah.
You know. Go
And
over
then you
to visit
leave.
them, get changed into a woman, and leave.
Bye. That's not what I wanted.
Bye-bye.
See you, sucker.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
It's the fan fiction house call.
Holy
It-
shit, that's amazing.
I mean, yeah.
You ever
It's-
gone over to your best friend's house and your friend was like cutting himself and he did permanent nerve damage? You went over to cheer him up, and when you got over there, you turned into a girl and then just left.
Yeah.
You ever done that? Oh man,
That feel when.
welcome to a
know.
day in the life.
a day in
Yeah.
life. It just left. Fuck you, Sonic. Bye. He didn't even tell Tails that Sonic was hurt. He didn't even tell him.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. Yeah, nah.
I mean,
Tails,
the
he
visit.
brought Sonic over.
I mean, the visit was to
Mention it.
Nah.
I mean, Matt, the visit
Nah.
was to distract Sonic from his troubles.
Very distracting, right?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no need to tell Tails anything.
No,
Not relevant.
no, it's
don't
not
know
like
why you're
it's not
complaining.
like Tails is Sonic's best friend or anything.
Yeah, that'd be an invasion of his privacy. Come on.
Yeah.
Shadow
Don't be
is a
rude.
doctor now, I guess. He has to be, confidentiality.
You're saying that you're saying that if you found out that one of your friends was a risk of self-harm, you would tell
even a
his other
risk, he
friends?
did it.
Like, what the heck?
But no, I changed it to a woman.
Yeah, obviously. You'd change it to a woman and you'd leave.
The only sane response.
Yeah, clearly.
So
Yeah.
what Tails was planning on doing with
And
this
I want to
device
clarify
now?
for all the people out there, if you're in the reverse gender situation, don't worry. It works exactly the same. If you're a woman and it's a fellow woman in trouble, turn into a man and leave.
Yeah,
Same
just
thing.
Turn
Helps
into a
out.
man and just leave.
They walked around town for
it
a
just
while.
works.
Walk
They wa-
around town.
Hold on. They walked around
Right.
town for a while before walking into a bar.
What the fuck are you people doing?
Sonic gave
Alcoholism.
Shadow a smile as they walked inside.
What?
The two sat at the bar and ordered a few beers.
Okay.
Sonic
Time
looked at
to
Shadow,
drown his
smiling.
sorrows.
I guess Sonic is just
Yeah.
healed now. I guess he's
No,
fine.
they're all smiles, dude. They're fine.
Yeah, all
Sonic,
smiles.
A-okay. That worked. Hey, Shadow, I saw you turn into a girl. Wow. Okay, that fixed all my problems.
Yeah.
Tails-
What is the
Thanks,
problem
Shadow.
here, man?
Thanks,
Tails'
I'm
machines.
healed.
That's how
Tails'
Yeah.
machines
flipping
always
works.
make me smile.
Matt, honestly,
How
Matt, the
it
fact that you
Sitting
don't
here
get
now
this
that I
baffles me.
Saw you turn
Yeah.
into a girl. Like, that fixed all my problems.
Matt,
Yeah,
the fact that you
yeah.
don't
Glad
get
we
this
came
just
over for this.
it just baffles me. What is your malfunction, Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is how it works. You change gender and go out for a few beers with your friend, and it's fine.
Wow, I don't feel like cutting myself at all anymore for some inexplicable reason.
And, in fact, Matt, you seem very distressed by the story. Do I need to change it to a woman and take you out
You
for a couple
actually, you
beers?
change it to a woman and then take me out for a few.
Lucky for you, I just built a machine.
Yeah, thanks, Bob.
Do something very
convenient.
similar.
Bob just built. You want to test that out?
Yeah, sure.
You want to be my guinea pig?
No, why
My
not? You know.
permanent gender changing machine that you can't change it back.
He's never tested it, but he knows it's permanent.
I've never tested it before, but I programmed it to be permanent.
Yeah, that was a choice I made. That was part of the... It's in the original design docs.
Look at the blueprints. It's right here.
You know, my Kickstarter supporters were like, maybe you should make it reversible. And I said, no, there's one thing I'm going to keep from the design doc. It's got to be this.
No, you see what it was, Bob, is that the reverse thing, reversing it was a stretch goal. Exactly.
Yeah.
They didn't make that.
I didn't reach it,
He didn't make it, yeah. He's got it up on his Patreon. If he can get $69 a month, he's gonna finally add it in.
Yeah, tell you what, we'll make that a goal for the for our Patreon. If we can get $69, we will invent a gender changing machine. That only works once per person.
Sorry, it only goes male to female. Sorry.
There's you can't do anything else.
Sorry, the other half.
Well, then sorry that everybody else. There's lots of people. Yeah.
Sorry, everyone else.
Yeah.
So
He said.
you wanted to know about my past earlier.
Oh my God!
Go back to this. You fuck!
I already told you.
The right.
Wait.
I already told you about my time at the orphanage, but I didn't get to the part where I found out I'm royalty.
Fuck
Oh
you.
my God! Hell
Fuck
yeah!
you.
Sonic
Do
Underground
tell.
is canon, motherfucker.
Do tell.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Hey,
I got
Shadow.
abused, and it's still affecting me to this day. But did I
Surprise,
tell you
I
I'm
also-
Yippee!
I also have a brother and a sister.
Okay.
I'll tell you a little bit about the story, but hang on. Let me just cut my wrist real quick to get the get the creative juices flowing.
Oh my God!
Oof. Oh my God! I need to do this voice again. I hate this.
Oh, it's so good.
No.
though.
No, you didn't. I can't
Shadow
say
smiled
things.
back.
I can't say things without
That
laughing.
would
am
be
so-
Bob's new voice.
You're gonna need to do it for the whole story, Ella. So you better
Yes,
figure
I
this
know.
out.
I mean, I'm so gonna die once we get to like longer pieces of dialogue for Shadow.
Yeah.
I'm so gonna fucking die. How did you?
Sonic smiled.
It was when I escaped the orphanage.
He
Nice.
said,
I'm glad to hear about it. No, do tell. I'm listening. Go on.
I was wandering through town when a person came up to me and told me everything.
How
I
convenient.
met my brother and sister, Manic and Sonic,
What?
and we traveled around searching for our mother, Alina.
I hate this.
Sonic, that was a
His
random
sister,
person came up
Sonic.
and was like, I can tell by looking at you, you're royalty. You have a brother and a sister. There might just be a crazy person.
just a random
little
person
crazy
came
Oh,
up to
just
him.
a guy. Just not a
dude.
guy. A person.
Yeah, a person walked up to him and said, I've seen you. Let me see your face. You are the one from my dreams.
You're
the
a
stars were
prince,
right."
Yeah,
Sonic.
like put this out into the real world. Like, Bob, you're just walking around downtown, chilling at Max out, relaxing, all cool, and some guy walks up to you. Yeah. And he's just like, hey, by the way, Bob, you're a prince.
How do you know my name?
You're a prince, Bob. I know this.
Prince.
You're
the
a
second
wizard,
coming
Bob.
of
Whoa!
Prince.
I'm
Actually, no,
flying!
I think Yella's probably the wizard because he did just tell us about his cupboard under the stairs.
And he does have a magic accent.
Yeah.
Basement?
A
Yeah.
magic
Does have
accent.
a European accent.
Like I
European?
got
Magic.
What's that, Matt? I'm pretty sure there's American and magic.
Yeah.
No,
Those
there's
are the
America,
two.
there's America, Europe, and Asia, the three countries.
The three countries. Sometimes Europe and Asia are called Eurasia together.
And sometimes why?
Well, that's when you ship them.
Yeah. I really
That's
should
my Eurasia is my shit.
That's my OTP. Mm-hmm. I will stick
very
with
good.
this ship.
Oh my god. Did you ever find her? I feel like it's changing, but whatever.
No, it's good.
for the
Perfect.
better.
Keep going.
Okay, good. I'm glad you think
We
so.
did. She lives on Christmas Island with my siblings.
My siblings, Manic and Sonic.
Glad you
He
told
took
me.
a drink of his beer, as did Shadow.
Nice.
Gulp.
I'm not.
Don't you
I'm
have
not
your
a
own
big
beer?
Sonic expert. Is Christmas Island a real Sonic place in the
Yeah.
Sonic universe?
Yes.
Well,
Christmas-
Christmas Island's also a real place in real life, but they're not
Yeah.
the same, right?
No.
No. Christmas Island.
Weird.
It's just Sonic Boom. Sonic Underground. It's all Sonic Underground.
I never watched Sonic Underground, so.
Sonic Underground.
No,
Fuck.
stop.
Sonic, get out of there. What are you doing under there? Come up to the surface.
Stop.
Collaborate. No, some blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's so tough to do. They still a royal family?
Shadow asked. What a weird question.
It's like Scooby-Doo's
No, they
missing
abdicated the
cousin.
throne.
Were you dethroned?
Down with the monarchy.
Also, wouldn't he have heard of this fucking kingdom if they were still
Nah, man.
monarchs?
Nah.
No, they didn't hear of anything else.
Shadow doesn't know anything about.
He doesn't pay
about
attention to
anything.
politics.
Yeah, that's not his. He
Gun
just does his
him.
assignment.
Gun tells him who to kill, and he just does it.
Yeah, exactly.
He leads a simple life.
Rule 1: ask no questions.
That's rule 1 of the guardian units of nations.
Yeah, we are.
Shadow nodded and took another drink of her beer.
So why are you here instead of with them?
Sonic did as well.
I wanted to do my own thing. Sometimes I do visit them, though.
He took another drink and set the empty glass down.
Another.
He said. The barman nodded and handed Sonic another beer. Shadow did the same.
Handed Sonic another beer.
Thanks, Shadow.
Hey, stop copying me. Stop copying me. Hey, stop it. Hey, stop it.
Oh God, here's a longer sentence. Oh no.
Got this.
I got this. So are you still heir to the throne? Or did your brother take that role when you left?
I'm still the heir.
Sonic said with a smile. He
Nice.
took another drink. Final paragraph of this chapter. Final paragraph of this video. Just let it soak into your skin.
Oh, that's
All right.
Sure.
No jokes before, no jokes during, no jokes after.
Shadow
Oh, no.
returned his smile and took another drink as well. Before long, the two hedgehogs were drunk. The two left the bar then, finding their way back to Sonic's house. They staggered into the house and fell on the bed. Sonic pushed Shadow up against the wall and started
the
kissing
bed.
her. Shadow responded in kind, pushing herself
no.
against the blue hedgehog. Sonic
my
pushed
God.
her onto the bed and moaned. Shadow did as well, and they began to have sex.
What?
Afterwards, the two blacked out, lying next to each other.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Yes.
I like how they were on the bed, then they were on the wall, then they were on the bed again.
Yeah, man, yeah, you clearly haven't.
And then
never
they
had
had
sex.
sex.
Yeah.
That's how you have sex.
Yeah, on the wall.
You just do.
Yeah.
You get on the
Wow.
ball on the wall.
So in one chapter, we got quite a lot.
Yeah.
Don't even try and sum it
In
up.
2 chapters, we got twice as much.
I can't.
You don't have to.
You know,
Matt,
you remember
but
how
you
like
have to.
you remember how like when we were halfway through Angst Much, we were like, "Boys, we're halfway through. We're in the back half. Guys, we're 1/14 through."
How the fuck is there more to this?
There's
I'm so
26
excited.
more
Oh,
chapters.
There's 26 more
Matt.
chapters.
To be fair, Matt, how could it possibly end with them just
I
having
mean, but
sex?
like,
The
okay,
end.
I that's not an ending, but like, there cannot be like, this has to slow
Okay.
down, right? Like,
No,
they can't keep
Matt.
up this pace, right?
Matt, you know how much crazy shit just happened in 2
I
chapters?
know, that's why I'm thinking
The
this
same
can't
amount of crazy shit
This
keeps
cannot
happening the
possibly
entire
last
story.
28 I refuse to believe it can last. The escalation is insane. How is this gonna keep going? They're gonna run out of steam. Then again, I guess
Yeah, I
they said the
guess
same
we'll-
thing about World War I, and the whole fuck that lasted a whole 4 years. Oh God.
I guess you'll just have to stay tuned and find out.
We gotta go fast and never stop.
Yeah.
Oh.
See you next time.
Thanks for watching, and an extra special thanks to our Platinum D-Hole patrons, ODST795 and Polly Hebert. If you've been enjoying our stuff for some time now, we'd really appreciate Patreon support at any level, even as low as $1 a month. Every level grants perks for the public Discord server, linked below, and also for the monthly video poll. Regardless, have a great day.